This is the OTP. I'm Taylor Zarzour, Mike Borgonzi. Mike, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here, Taylor.
What has the transition been like for you personally, going from being an assistant general manager in Kansas City to being the general manager of the Tennessee Titans in Nashville?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, first of all, just, being here in Nashville with my family, what a great place to live. Being in Kansas City all those years and raising the kids there, just being in this community and, the fan base here, how passionate they are, which is similar to Kansas City. And then, just a job, it's the next challenge in your career. So it's one that, I worked for a long time in Kansas City, and it's been a great, time here and challenge, of course, but there's great people here in the building, and that's what makes going to work every day enjoyable.
I can hear the accent from where you're originally from in the wonderful Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Was this the dream? Was the dream to be in the National Football League doing something like this? Or when did that dream, when was that created?
I don't know if it was ever a dream. I always loved just being in football. Of course, playing when I was younger in high school and college. And then I just knew I wanted to be around football. I had a passion for it. And so, you get into coaching. I did that at the college level, worked at BC in recruiting. And then I had an opportunity to work in scouting and in personnel in Kansas City for 16 years. So I think as you go up the ranks and you learn and you say, hey, maybe one day I could actually, lead a franchise and be a GM. So I would say probably, the last few years in Kansas City, I'd say, that's the next step and that's the next challenge for me.
Who are your biggest influences?
Oh, wow. I've been very fortunate to have a lot of great coaches and mentors in my life. It really goes back to in high school with the legendary coach John DiBiaso at Everett High School, who's a legend there. But he taught me, the commitment to work hard and to build a team. And we weren't very good in high school until we got to about my senior year, and we ended up winning the state championship. So just the, building a team in the right type of people, the commitment to the process there. And then just, going to college, being around Coach Estes, my college coach there was a great influence on me, just in terms of just fighting through adversity. And then when I got to the National Football League, I had a very unique experience. I had 3 different GMs there. So there was so much to learn in terms of different leadership philosophies, different team building philosophies. I started out there with Scott Pioli, who hired me. John Dorsey. And then, I worked alongside Brett Veach for years, and he became the GM. So we had a special friendship. And, of course, being around Andy Reid, who was, future Hall of Fame coach. So I had a front row seat to leadership and team building throughout my years in Kansas City, too.
And I'm hearing that you have gone from situations that weren't ideal when you started and created championship-level teams at every level. So let me ask you this, Mike. What would be your evaluation of this season so far?
Yeah, of course, the wins and losses, the record is not where we want it to be right now. But, the evaluation for me is I do see growth. I do see growth within the organization.
Yeah.
I do see growth within the players, especially our young rookies. Having the ability to play early on and going through some adversity and learning, that's the only way you get better. So to answer your question, I've seen a ton of growth up to this point. I know the results haven't been there yet, but, I feel good if we keep on working and adding the type of players to this roster, the results will eventually come.
From my perch calling the games each week, I would say the brightest spot is what you just referenced, the rookie class. Would you agree with that? I mean, as you look at this team and you say you look at the rookie class, how would you assess their performance?
Yeah, in terms of building a foundation, I think this class is special. I do. From day one, just their, the first people in the building, last people out, their work ethic, they set the tone every day. So in terms of them now playing now and having experience, I think these are the building blocks you need in order to build a winning team. And for me, I think we can look back someday and say, this is the group that really set the foundation.
Mm-hmm. And Cam Ward obviously is a part of that. He's taken every single snap this season. How much do you think that helps his development throughout the rest of his career?
I think it's invaluable because I think he's going through it now with a lot of the rookies that he's throwing the ball to. He's got, 2 receivers and a tight end. They're both rookies, but he's learning, just like every rookie here. There's different things that come at the National Football League in terms of playing the quarterback position. Just in terms of situational football, just the different coverages you experience here in the National Football League that you don't see at the college level. He's gotten better every week. I really think he has. And he's wired right. And, that's the biggest thing we took when we did the evaluation process with him is he's going to figure it out because he wants to be great. And he's going to get there.
Mike, the great thing about the National Football League, and as you said at the beginning of this, Titans fans, is their passion. And just about all of them want to play armchair quarterback, and they want to decide we should do this, we should do that. Let me just simply ask you this. What is your feeling on roster construction? What is your strategy for roster construction?
Yeah, I always say, it's not about, it's about building the right 53 and not just collecting talent. So for me, it's laying that foundation. Of course, you need talent in this league to win, but it's a mixture of talent and the right character, too, as well. So we're starting to build that here in Tennessee. And you're going to see the results here at some point. I promise you there is growth happening. It's just not happening on the field yet, but you see it every day at practice. You see little things during the games that's going to carry over, and eventually the results are going to be there. But in terms of just building, it's draft, develop, and retain, and retain our best. And that's really our philosophy here. Is to we got to build up the trenches first, offensive line, defensive line. We did some of that here in the offseason with the O-line. And just to continue to infuse youth on this talent is the big thing.
Hey, football fans, satisfy your halftime hunger with Snickers, and you could win sweet prizes this NFL season. Visit Snickers.com/halftime to enter and view the official rules. Pick up Snickers at a Kroger near you. When you bring Hellman's Creamy Buffalo Chicken Dip to the watch party, you can cheer too loud, or block the TV, or be a couch coach, and no one will eject you from the game. That's a Hail Mayo. Hellman's, the official mayo of the Tennessee Titans. Titans fans, SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of Tighten Up and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Titans games or to any live event in Nashville, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Tennessee Titans. Hey Titans fans, with a Kroger Boost membership, you'll score big with double fuel points, free delivery, and lots more. Go to Kroger.com/boost for details. Kroger, the official grocer of the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up. Now back to the OTP.
Mike, obviously, it's not just you that's involved in trying to make these decisions for the Tennessee Titans. You have a personnel department, really an army of people that you're working with. Give us a sense of who those people are and how confident you are in the people you're working with.
Yeah, I mean, it's you have to surround yourself with good people, and I have great people that surround me here. And through, these trade discussions, it's invaluable to have, Chad Brinker here. Who has, a background in scouting, who has a background in the cap, in the value of trades. Dave Ziegler, who's also gone through this as a former GM. Reggie McKenzie, Dan Sagany. So, throughout all these discussions, it's never one person making these decisions. And, I have a phenomenal group that helps us really come to the decision. And you need those type of people around, and I'm very fortunate to have them here.
And you've told me since the beginning, since I first met you, that there is a strong culture here, which is really important as you build this.
Absolutely. You have to have a strong culture. It starts with the people, right? And the right type of people that they're committed to the process, they're accountable, and they're all about the team. And that's, it sounds simple, but when you have that combination and you have those type of people within the organization, usually good results happen.
And as always, we're brought to you by Christie Cookies. Christie Cookie can create custom holiday tins for any size business. Visit ChristieCookies.com and click on Corporate Gifts for more information. To learn more and explore personal or corporate gifting options, visit ChristieCookies.com.
Little Caesars is the official pizza partner of your Tennessee Titans. Download the Little Caesars app and get your favorites delivered today. Delivery fees do apply. Home is at the forefront of all we do. It's why we're so committed to caring for the places and spaces in which we work and live. Ashley, the official furniture provider of the Tennessee Titans. Genesis is the first and only official jeweler of the Titans, having earned that title since 2006. Titans players, coaches, and fans trust Genesis for the absolute best in selection, quality, customer service, and of course, value. For diamonds, engagement rings, designer fashion jewelry, and the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in Tennessee, Genesis is the hands-down winner. Genesis Diamonds in Green Hills and Cool Springs, the official jeweler of the Tennessee Titans.
And I know you can complement those draft picks with acquisitions. How do trades factor into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different way to either acquire a player when your roster is right, if it makes sense, or you can use it as to gain draft capital, which you've seen we've done here a few times here during this time here. So for us, I always said, currency is the biggest, draft picks is your biggest form of currency in this league, right? So for us right now, we're trying to accumulate some draft picks to bring in some younger talent here.
What is your message, Mike, during this bye week to the coaches and to the players?
Just to for the players especially, just to get off their feet and rest a little bit and heal. It's been a long, stretch here till November. And for the coaches as well, just to get away, spend time with your family. And it's also a good point, to really go back and self-scout as well. What are the few things we can do better here heading into the stretch here down the end that can get us better?
Yeah, reset, rest, mentally as much as physically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense. You and I are new to the organization. It's my first year. It's your first year. But certainly both of us appreciate the fact that the last few years have been tough for the Titans organization. What is your message to the fans right now, Mike?
Really, we have to earn their trust back right now. I think the results obviously haven't been there on the field during game day. But the message to them right now is that, I think we have the right people in the front office right now, working every day to try to get this right. I do see growth behind the scenes. I do think we have a process here that we're going to be disciplined to. And eventually, you're going to see the results on the field. I'm very confident in that.
And I know a lot of what Titans fans are thinking about is what you're referring to, 2026, 2027, 2028, and beyond. How important are the last 8 games of the 2025 season to you?
It's very important. It's continuing the growth that we've already had, continuing to get better as we head into next season. And a lot of these guys are going to be together here for another season. So it's just continuing to get better, and it's an important time here for us to show the growth and eventually show the results on the field as well.
Mike, you gave some great examples of high school days and college days. Have you experienced this sort of situation before in the National Football League? And if so, if there are some parallels that come to mind, I can think of one season in Kansas City that comes to my mind at least. How much do you lean on those experiences to know, I've been there before, I know how to handle this?
I think you'll always lean on those experiences, and I did have that. We had one season where we did have the number 1 pick in the draft, 2013. And, the biggest thing I learned from that is, you have to bring in the right type of people into the organization. You have to build a culture. You have to have a process, and you have to stay disciplined to it. And that's what we did to really get out of the hole that we were in Kansas City at the time. So, and that's the same approach that we're going to have here in Tennessee.
It's fun to watch you and your personnel department and everyone that is associated with the Titans work and build this thing. It's nice that you give me a seat next to you every once in a while to get a little perch into it, and I wish you continued success. I know there are great days ahead for the Tennessee Titans.
That's right, Taylor. Tighten up.
Tighten up.